All right, so also in the 1830s, along with the Second Great Awakening, which we talked about a little while ago, you have a philosophical movement, not a religious movement. It's more of a philosophical movement. It's called transcendentalism, the idea to transcend meant to pass beyond the limits of, all right, to use intuition, insight, impression, to really see beyond what others might see, to transcend, okay? It was led by Ralph Waldo Emerson, who wrote the essay you're going to read, Self-Reliance. You know, when you're reading that, you'll get some of the major themes of what the Transcendentalists believed in, all right? His student was Henry David Thoreau, and Thoreau, he took the ideas of Emerson and put them into practice, and he wrote a book called Walden, and he went out into the woods and tried to live as simply as he could, as deliberately as he could, and as individually as he could. And that was really the basis, the foundation of the Transcendentalists. They believed in the goodness of all people and in the individual. They believed the individual was supreme. So they believed that individuals were good people. They were born good, and they could do good things and great things if they were allowed, if they weren't constrained by society and by politics and by economics. All right, so they believed in the goodness of all people, and the individual should be guided by the knowledge of doing what was right and just. They encouraged individualism and self-reliance, and they were critical of any institutions, be it social or political, that prevented the individual from reaching their full potential. So this gets into what we were talking about when we discussed the Second Great Awakening. The Transcendentalists believed that any social or political institution that did not allow you to grow as an individual, that thwarted your individuality, was dangerous and was just wrong. Okay? So if you think of any social institution at the time that might have constrained the individual, it was slavery. So the Transcendentalists become the more radical abolitionists that we're going to talk to later on. They were the ones who wanted immediate, uncompensated emancipation for the slave, because the slave could never reach his full potential while in slavery. Therefore, it was unjust and it was wrong. So the Transcendentalists are another movement that's pushing the antebellum reform movements that we're going to talk about in a little while. All right, so you have the Second Great Awakening and a religious movement along with the Transcendentalist movement, and then you're going to have this explosion of reform in American society in the 1830s, 40s, and 50s. All right.